started playing music around age of 7 when I got my first guitar from my grandma, and I just started playing chords that my dad taught me, and went on YouTube and found some videos and just from friends around school. And then I started my first band, and we played a lot, and in between one practice I hopped on the drums just to mess around and realized that I really loved it. So I got my own drum set, and then eventually I got a piano and started learning keyboards, and started my own band in high school called the Downhill Barbers, and played around the New Jersey scene a lot, like the Stone Pony, like the Asbury Park scene a lot, like the Brighton Bar, and really enjoyed a lot of shows in high school, and then eventually decided I wanted to go to college for music. So that's why I started at William Patterson University. The summer before my freshman year of college, my friend Kane asked me if I wanted to start a band with him and his brother Jimmy. I said sure, and we started playing a lot of songs in their basement and started recording even on cassette tapes, analog cassette tapes. We got an old multi-track recorder and started recording some songs. Eventually we started playing songs like Daisy, Turn to Stone, and a bunch of others that we still even play to this day. So we want to start playing our songs out, so we started playing around the Asbury scene. So we played the Stone Pony and the Brighton Bar, and even some local DIY spots, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted. What we wanted really was to go to New York City, specifically Brooklyn. We love the Brooklyn scene not only because a lot of bands we like are from there or play there often, but because of the awesome culture that it's a part of. Brooklyn is a hub of creativity, art, music, film, food, and many other things. We then decided that's where we wanted to start booking shows. I got us our first gig at the legendary Knitting Factory at a place that we even got our own dressing room. It was a really cool place that had a really awesome bar and had a great nightlife that really introduced us to Brooklyn. The crowd was great, and we wanted to do as many shows there as possible. So with one gig under our belt, I was able to conjure up more bookings. Next, we scored a slot at another Williamsburg hotspot, Baby's Alright. We kept getting more gigs, such as the recently closed Glasslands Gallery. After every show, we'd go around and talk to fans about what they liked or didn't like about the set. We wanted to know what the fans wanted and what they really liked. Being a part of a scene and contributing to the popular culture at the time was very enlightening for us. By being a part of the Brooklyn scene, I experienced Miriam's process of composition. Here it talks about how composers using the technique of taking parts of old songs and making new ones out of them. This shows music's relationship to its social context because a composer like my band and I can use a piece of music that is popular and be inspired to make something of our own. The article also talks about how songwriters are inspired to write new compositions through emotion. Composers focus their emotion and put them to the music that they are making. Often words can be replaced with new, more meaningful ones. This is something else that my band does. We often will go back and change lyrics to more meaningful ones. This is a direct relationship from music to social context because how a composer is feeling emotionally in their social environment, my band, will affect the music that they are composing. Often how we are feeling emotionally will affect what words we decide to change. The World Beat article talks about how Paul Simon helped popularize African styles of music and brought them to the West. It also includes that he thought it would do so well because he heard influences of blues, jazz, soul, rock, and gospel in African music. This is a direct relationship between music and social context because the way that Paul Simon spread this type of music to the West was by talking about it socially to his musical peers. He would tell his rock, jazz, and R&B friends about how similar it can be if examined closely. This is much like what I did with my band. I turned them on to a lot of music that was popular in Brooklyn, and we were from the middle of New Jersey. They liked it so much that we decided that that's the type of indie rock that we like to play. This is how my band Ashes to Rain and I directly relate to popular culture.